Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and fellow YouTubers. Thank you for clicking on this Let's Play series. And in this first video, I'm going to talk about the Delta Recruitment, what can you expect from your new created characters, and what is the long run benefits are going to be from your old characters, the one that you've been playing for the last 5 years. The character creation, because I'm going to make a new character under this account, and I'm going to play all of the episodes from level 1 all the way to level 60, so you guys can follow me on YouTube, because I'm going to record everything that I'm going to do with that new character. But first of all, I just want to dedicate this first video that I just made to one of my closest friends in Star Trek Online, and this is his character. His character's name is called Burrell, and we have lots of fun in our fleet. And if you guys want, this is optional. You can send this guy a in-game mail and saying like, hey, I saw you on YouTube and just wanted to say hi. I also want to say, like, we are having a lot of fun in our fleet, and if you guys want to join, you can just give us like your in-game ad handles, and then we can invite you to our game, our fleet, because we're having lots of fun in the game, as I said. But that's just a little bit of a sidetrack, so let's get back to it. Now, if you go under ARC and in the news section, you scroll down a little bit, and for me, is it right over here, the Delta Recruitment Reward. And this, if you read this one, I'm not going to read it because it's going to take a lot of time, but I'm just going to summarize it a little bit. Cryptic has started this event because they want to bridge the gap between the new created characters, and that's basically the people that are just joining Star Trek Online, with the old veteran players that have been playing Star Trek Online for the last 5 years. So if you make a new character, you're going to have, like, every 10 level, you're going to have like lots of reward like this, like Delta Recruitment Reward are going to be like some kind of boxes that we can see in the game for more details. And also, like, if you have an account that is made, like, I don't know, like 5 years ago, like among us, like the old veteran players, we are also going to benefit if you create a new character and play that character and level them up all the way to level 60. So it's going to be beneficial for newly created characters and also the veteran under us, so that is really, really nice. Well, I think I've talked a lot about the Delta Recruitment event, and I'm just gonna show one thing, the calendar right here. So the Delta recruitment event has started on like the 2nd of April, and it's going to end at May 21. So you have a lot of time to make a new character and level them up through the leveling system, all of the episodes and the mission and the story arc in Star Trek Online. So right now I'm going to say goodbye to my friend because I'm going to make a new character. So goodbye, Burrell. And right now I'm going to make one new character right here, and if you want to make a new character, you need to press this button on top of where you are at the login screen, right where I am right now. So I'm going to make a new character by clicking on that. And in Star Trek Online, you have 3 factions to choose from. You have a Klingon faction that's more of a warrior race, shoot first and then ask questions later. You have like a Romulan race that's kind of like sneaky and stuff like that. And you have the Starfleet faction. The most used in Star Trek Online is the Starfleet faction, the one that I'm going to choose for my newly created character as well. You have the option to choose a female or a male one, and we have no, my choices are going to be a female character, obviously, just for the fun of it. No other intentions or stuff like that. You can also have different kind of races that have been pre-made for you. Let's say you have a human, you have an Endorian, Bajorian, Benzites, Betazoid, Bolian, etc., etc. But I'm going to choose an alien. And why I'm going to choose an alien? Because I can customize almost anything that I want. Like if you want to have a human, you basically are kind of set with all of the facial appearances and stuff like that. And also the passive abilities. If you click this button right here, race info, all of the passive abilities have been set for your character. And I don't want that. I want one that I can choose everything. So I'm going to choose alien. And as you can see right here in the description, create your own species. And that's really, really fun to do, like the details on your face and on your arms and stuff like that. Tattoos and everywhere, like weird nose, weird ridges, weird, ears, the way you're seeing right here. Now, if you made your choices, what faction you want to play, what male or female, and then like what kind of race. We also in Star Trek Online have different classes. We have a tactical class that is mainly DPS focused, and DPS focused means a lot of damage per second that is going to do towards your enemy. So that is something to really think about what kind of class I'm going to be. We also have a science class, and science class tend to be more of a crowd control, more of a debuff class, so basically more of a support class. And we have an engineering, and engineering class usually tend to be more of a survivability, more of a tank kind of class in Star Trek Online. They can take a lot of damage and they will not die. A lot of abilities for survivabilities like shield regeneration and health regeneration. So those three options are the ones you can choose from. I'm going to choose tactical. And when you're done choosing all of these options that you want over here, you can basically press the next to go to under the appearances tab. Under the appearances tab, we have like presets of costumes and uniforms that you can have for your character, and basically choose whatever you want to from here. And we also have a different instances right here. Mine is selected under feminine, and that's the way she is going to be in idle. You can also have just the standard feminine brawler, and that's like being macho and stuff like that. We have a creature, cute, gruff, relaxed, seductive, look at those hips move, stern, swaggers, thoughtful, and twitchy. And twitchy is kind of fun because she's looking all over the place. But I'm just gonna go with brawler because that's kind of suiting to to a tactical player. Now, as you can see, I've selected this one, and this option right here is going to set up the height. In Star Trek Online, you can have a really small character or really a big one. I'm just going to go with 2.1 meter, and that's fine by me. Now, in Star Trek Online, there are also a couple of presets that they made for an alien character, but that's not something I really like. So I'm going to go under the advanced option over here, and I'm going to click head. And basically right here you can choose from a lot of variant options, really advanced. You can basically make anything and everything that you want, but I'm just going to hit the random option right here, this random button, just to save us some time. And that is really something to my liking, I should say. I just don't like those spots, but we can live with that. That's fine. That is fine. The way she looks right there. You can also have her have like different hairstyles, and let me just move it a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better what kind of hairstyles she has. And I've never seen this one before, so you know what, I'm gonna keep her like that with those kind of like beads on her hair and stuff like that. Or maybe I should go with a ponytail, because we are going to see this part of her, you know, of the character a lot, because she's going to move away from us 24/7 while we are going to be in ground combat. This is good. Now you can also customize the body, and the same thing, I'm just going to hit random until I find something that is going to be appealing. Right now she looks like she's having a baby, and that's not something that I really like in my character. That is quite good for a brawler. But let's see. No, that's kind of good, right? Yeah, that's good. You can also change like the arm scaling and like hands and legs and feet. And as you guys can see, if you play around with, you know, with these bars over here, you basically can make your character, you know, have like weird contours and weird stuff like that. Like I know a lot of guys are gonna go with this option over here and chest size, but that's fine. I mean, it's a game, right? You shouldn't take it that much serious. That's really good. Now I'm going to customize my uniform. Now the same thing as before, just to save us a couple of minutes. That's something really nice. Can also randomize the lower body parts, or you can basically undo everything with this button and just go with the standard uniform that this character comes in. So that's good enough for me. I'm going to press next. Now if you're not really creative, you can also select a random name over here, and that's basically some random name that is being generated by Cryptic's name generator. So I'm just gonna randomize it till we find something that's going to be, you know, appealing, and I'm going to stop doing that, and I'm just going to name my character Anna. And also under the ship name right here, same ordeal as before. Oberon is quite nice. There is this option over here for you to write your biography, and it's like something in the lines like, I was born in yada 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 yada, start date yada yada yada. And this is just something for the other players to read about your character, and it's like whatever you want to type over there. That is really, really nice and really up to you. I'm going to leave mine really blank the way it is right now. And if you're done customizing everything like career, appearances, and your background information, you can hit this engage button. Now I'm going to hit this engage button, and hopefully we'll get some kind of tutorial or a cutscene. So here we go. Now this right here is part of the Delta Recruit event, and it says Starfleet records indicate that you have completed this training scenario with another officer. Would you like to proceed immediately to Starfleet Academy? And basically I have done like this tutorial with like all of my other characters. So Star Trek Online is like, hey, do you still want to like repeat the tutorial, or do you want to go to Starfleet Academy? This is basically the sum up of this, but I'm going to choose no. because if you play the tutorial, you basically are going to receive delta points, delta recruitment points, and that is something that I want. So I'm going to choose no. I'll play this tutorial. This character will become a delta recruit and will be eligible for special mission and bonuses. So that is that.
After I left Starfleet, I made it my life's work to reunite the Romulans with their Vulcan brothers. For many years, I lived among them and waged a campaign of peace. Live long. 21 years ago, the star of the Hobus system went supernova and sent a wave of devastation across the quadrant. I promised to save the Romulan homeworld. I failed. The planets Romulus and Remus were destroyed. Countless billions were killed. My home, my friends, my life, all are memories. Time does not stop for one man, and neither does history. The chaos in Romulan space gave the Klingon Empire an opportunity to expand its territory. Jimpak, the Chancellor of the High Council, traded diplomacy for the tip of a blade. Only in battle, Jimpak says, is a Klingon truly Klingon. The Federation did its utmost to preserve its alliance with the Klingons, but war was inevitable. The Romulans want revenge for their lost world. The Dominion is rebuilding its forces. Now the Borg have reappeared, and the Alpha Quadrant balances on the edge of ruin. The fate of the galaxy rests in your hands.
This is the time we have pinpointed in your timeline, sir. This is when you go back and give yourself this. You'll know what to say. You've already heard yourself say it. It doesn't matter if it's exactly right. The time stream will work itself out. Just make sure you give yourself this. It's our best hope for the future of the galaxy. You'll return to this exact point in time as soon as you have done what you need to do. The galaxy still needs you, Admiral. Ready?
Welcome to Star Trek Online. Today is graduation day, and you soon will be embarking on your training cruise, where the bulk of the ship is manned by cadets like yourself. This tutorial will introduce you to the basic controls of Star Trek Online, including movement, combat, and interacting with characters and objects.
Okay, so that's that. We saw a little bit of an intro, and the second intro was a intro from the Delta Recruitment. So that is part of the event right now. So that's really nice. Now we're going to talk about movement in Star Trek Online, just like the woman said. Movement, combat, interacting with characters and objects. So we're going to hit this button over here that says continue right now.
To move, use the W, A, S, and D keys. To look around, hold down the right mouse button and move your mouse.
And move your mouse. So if you want to move your character around, just hold down the right mouse button and basically move your mouse, and that's the way your character is going to be facing. But you can also look around, and that's panning your camera while you are holding the left mouse button and then moving your mouse. So that's, something to think about. There are two ways of doing that. So the right and the left mouse button basically control the character's viewpoint. So if you hold down the right mouse button and you move forward, you're basically
People you can interact with have icons above their heads. You can press the interaction key, default F, to talk with them.
So basically, if you're holding down the right mouse button and then move forward or backward or sideways, that is basically the direction your character is going to take. So to continue our mission, the tutorial right now, we need to talk to Ensign Flores, and that is this NPC right now. So let's talk to her.
Finally, I was beginning to think you forgot what today was.
How could I have? You reminded me every day for the past month. Did you get your assignment?
Of course, I was first in line. Oh, before I forget, I think Rasky is just ahead. He wanted to thank you for helping him cram for the astrometrics final.
So talk to Cadet Rasky. So I can basically click with my mouse on this continue button, or I can press down the button F. That's the default interactive button with Star Trek Online. So basically both of them work under the same way. So one thing else that I want to talk to you guys about, using the mouse wheel button, you can zoom in and zoom out in your character. So you can have like a really up close third person view the way it is right here. Or you can have like an overhead view of your character. And I usually tend to have an overhead view character the way I'm using it right now. So talk to Cadet Rasky.
There you are. I wanted to thank you for helping me pass that final, and for all the other times you've helped me. I've always admired you. I hope Starfleet recognizes all you've done to lead our class. What ship did you get?
I haven't received my assignment yet, I tell him.
Good luck. Before you report to Lieutenant Farah and get your assignment, you should find Tavral. She wanted to talk to you. She's just up the pathway.
Okay, so cool. We're going to find Cadet Tavral. So I hit continue. And up the pathway is this way. It's kind of weird, but it's going to be this way. So talk to Cadet.
Greetings.
Rasky said you had something to tell me.
It was good of you to encourage me to retake the linguistics final. I was willing to accept my original results, but you saw that I was not at my best that day. My score increased by 12.8% on the second attempt, well within my standard norms. Now I am qualified to serve as both a science officer and a communications officer.
How good for you, so continue.
Morik would like to see you as well. He is ahead of us on the path. Live long and prosper.
Speak to Cadet Morik, so continue.
The mini-map shows you where your objectives are. An arrow will appear on the mini-map if you are far away from your objective.
Cool, so talking about the minimap, like most MMO games out there that people are usually playing, have like a small map over here, but we also have a big map, and that's under the default key M. This brings out this big ass map over here, and basically you can click it and move it around, and also resize it to your liking, and if you want it really small or really big, that's up to you. I usually tend to have it something like that over there. And the best thing is, if you move your mouse in the map right now, you can basically scroll up and down inside the map. So that is something really, really nice from Star Trek. And basically, those yellow circles, that indicates where you need to be. We are going to go over there, because the NPC that we need to talk about is right there up ahead. And we don't need this anymore, because we've found the NPC, Cadet Morik.
There you are. Getting excited yet? Once we finish our training cruise, we'll all be full-fledged ensigns. The buzz is, Captain Taggart hasn't named all of his senior staff yet. From what I heard, the advanced phaser training simulation is tripping people up.
So get your training assignment from Lieutenant Farah, and I say thank you to this guy. And right now I don't know where Lieutenant Farah is, so I'm going to bring up the map right now, and as you can see, Lieutenant Farah is at that yellow circle, so we're going to go towards that yellow circle. There we go. Almost there. That's the NPC that we need to talk to, so that's called Lieutenant Farah.
Good afternoon, Cadet. What can I do for you?
Is this where I get my training course assignment?
Yes, I have the complete assignment list here. Name?
Anna?
Let's see. Interesting. Report to Captain Taggart. He's in the office behind me.
Is there a problem, I tell him?
You're going to have to ask him.
Okay, so report to Captain Taggart, and I should say this thing in like all of the missions that you have to do in Star Trek Online, and especially the episodes that we're going to talk about in some other videos that I'm going to make, usually have all of the objectives like highlighted in green, just like this. So the above text that is like in like color white, you can actually ignore, because that's, you know, just basically like filling in the steps from that you need to take from A to B. But this is actually the steps that you need to take to actually continue your objective on the mission. So basically we need to report to Captain Taggart and continue right now.
The direction of your objectives also appears on your compass.
On your compass, cool. Right now I really don't know where I need to go, so I'm gonna bring up the map again right here, this little button, or the default M on my keyboard, and as you can see, the yellow circle is where we need to go, so we are gonna go there.
Objects you can interact with have a glow around them. Press
Just like
F
that.
to interact with a doorbell to notify Captain Taggart of your presence.
Okay, so objects that we can interact have that glow, so basically ring the bell or press the default F.
Come.
So he opened the door for us, that's really nice of him. And he's right there. Captain Taggart.
Cadet.
You asked to see me, sir?
I did. I've been following your progress here at the Academy, and I must say, I'm impressed.
Thank you, Captain.
I'm just looking at your final test scores, but I don't see your results for the Advanced Phaser Training Program.
Okay, so basically I'm set up right here with two options. I can say, I know that program is advised for tactical officers, sir, but I thought I had more time to take it. Many of my classmates didn't take the test either, Captain. Is that an issue? I'm gonna go with the second one.
I want everyone on my senior staff to run that program, and I want to see good results, no exceptions.
Did you say senior
I did.
staff?
Like I said, I've been following your career here at the Academy. If you complete that program, I can put you on my bridge. I'll ask my tactical officer to set it up.
Your tactical officer, sir? Who is that?
Another fine cadet like yourself. Her scores were almost as good as yours, but her record has a few blemishes. Still, I'm sure Cadet Flores will settle down and become a fine officer someday.
Continue.
I'll tell Flores to meet you out in the quad. Talk to her to start the phaser training, and I'll see you when you're finished. You're dismissed, Cadet.
So meet Elisa Flores in the squad. So I tell him, yes, sir. And I just saluted him. That's really good. Now, one thing that I do want to talk about is the chat system in Star Trek Online. And basically, every window in Star Trek Online can be moved just like the map, can be made bigger, smaller, and can be minimized like I did right there under this button over here. And one thing that is really awesome in Star Trek Online, everything is customizable. You can basically have more of these chat tabs over here that you want. So you and I'm going to show you guys how to do that. You basically go under this gear wheel over here that's going to bring up a game menu, and there is this button over here, chat settings. And basically, if you want to copy the chat window to another one, you just say add a new tab, and basically you can then rename it. Let's say all of your fleet chats are going to come there, and you basically rename it under fleet, and then you deselect everything that you do not want to be in that chat tab, just the way I'm doing right now. And as you can see, I am under a lot of custom channels that are just part of the account. So basically, just like, you know, this part right here, custom channels, is not part of this tutorial, because I'm not going to talk about those, but I am going to talk about all of these color corrections that you can do. Let's see. I am under tab chat right now, and I basically can give each, let's say local, I can give each local chat a different color. And by doing that, I can just really fast, I can see whoever and whatever is talking in certain channel. Like Dove Jobs usually have like a bluish color, and this is just my preferences right now. You can assign to, you know, to a different color, whatever you want. And this is one of the good, or the best thing in Star Trek Online. You can basically give colors to your own fleet chat, you know, like, hey, you want to assign, let's say, red to that channel, and everything that is going to be set in, let's say, this channel that's named DPS 10,000 are going to be highlighted in red, and everything else are going to become in the default color, you know, that you can basically choose on your own. And if you don't want that channel anymore, just hit this X over here and it's gone, just like that. And one other thing is, like, if you don't have if you're not satisfied with one chat window, you can add another one. So you basically have two chat windows, and under this chat window you can have, let's say, another chat, and basically the same thing what I just said in this window you can have too. So it's really customizable. That's the good thing in Star Trek Online. And it's like, hey, I don't want chat 2 anymore, just hit this X over here and it's gone. That's really, really nice, really awesome in Star Trek Online. So that's the chat system, and I'm just going to minimize it because it's going to make me talk about other stuff that right now I need to focus on completing the tutorial and not be sidetracked. So talk to Cadet Elisa Flores.
I got the tactical officer spot, just what I wanted. Where'd you end up?
Captain Taggart says he wants me on the senior staff, but I have to pass advanced phaser training first.
You never did that? I thought you were Miss Extra Credit. Everyone knows that Captain Taggart expects all his top people to pass that program.
Now you tell me.
Don't worry, you'll do fine. Come on, I'll take you to the holodeck and set it up.
So basically the objective right here is to follow Elisa to the holodeck. So lead the way, and I'll follow you.
Most of our class ended up on Captain Taggart's ship.
And some really, really nice view
Have you seen
of
the whales in San Francisco Bay?
the San Francisco Bay. And the funny thing is, like, if you're holding down the right mouse button,
Boothby is a hologram. He seems like such a fixture here at Starfleet Academy.
shut up.
Sprint, tap the shift.
Yes. The good thing about Star Trek Online is when you're holding down the right mouse button and basically you want to move that way, you're not going to enjoy the scenery. So I'm going to hold down the left mouse button and basically enjoy the scenery while I'm moving forward. Just like that. Look at that. My character is moving sideways and I still can enjoy the scenery over here. So really, really nice. And if you want to stop, just let go of the mouse button and you're basically are gonna go to your default behind your character. So the woman told us, like, if you want to run, just hold down your shift key, and that is the way you can run in Star Trek Online. Really easy. I was actually meant to lose that race, so it doesn't really matter. So talk to Cadet Elisa Flores again.
Setting up the training program now. I hope holodeck 2 is your lucky holodeck.
So basically, the two options. Basically, so do you have any advice for me? I want to pass this, or I need a phaser. So I'm gonna go with the latter one and choose I need a phaser.
Phasers are in the lockers by the holodecks. You can grab one there.
Okay, so let's go.
Press the V key to scan the area. Your tricorder will point you toward your nearest objective.
Okay, this is something very useful if you don't actually know where you need to go and the map doesn't really give you like a objective where you need to go. Pressing the V key by default is going to start scanning the area, and it's going to give you that you know, that light over there that happened. Where is it? There we go. That light, that's the general direction that you need to go to finish the current objective in the game. So you can do that where you press V, or you can scan it with this button over here. That's going to do the same thing. And right here there are the lockers that they talked about. So we're going to get a pistol from that. There we go. And all items that you receive usually tend to be over here, and it says phaser beam pistol that we have gotten obtained, and it's been automatically equipped on us.
Move to the center of the room.
Okay, so that's holodeck 2 right there. And we have the option to begin the training program. And as you guys can see, this is a Klingon ship right here. And we basically
In combat, right-click on a target to fire your weapon.
so we basically are going to fight a couple of Klingons we have over here. Now don't worry about this part, they're not going to fire at us, they're just like, you know, basically dumb targets that are not going to do anything. We have two options to fire in Star Trek Online, just by right-clicking a target, and it's going to make the primary and the just the primary weapon is going to be fired. And in Star Trek We're Alive, each weapon has two options, a primary and a secondary fire. And by right-clicking, you always fire the primary. So if you want to fire the secondary, you can basically click this number 2 over here, or you can press number 2 on the keyboard. So that's up to you, the way you wanted to play it. I'm going to press 1, and those guys over here, I'm going to press 2 to fire the secondary, and then the primary again, and then again the primary. And as you guys can see, the primary has a doesn't do a lot of damage to the enemy, but the secondary does. The only downside is the secondary is on a bigger cooldown than the primary, so you basically can fire the primary much faster than the secondary. So if you're in combat and you need to fire at enemies or multiple enemies, you basically need to fire your primary. So that's, you know, the first one right here. Now we just completed all of the training program and we killed off all of the Klingons. Now to continue the tutorial, we need to talk to your future self, and that is basically her right there. A brilliant copy of me, just like that. It's the same character, only she is a vice admiral or an admiral, just like that. So let's start this dialogue. Talk to your future self. Okay, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I'm you from your future. I have come back in time to tell you information you're going to need in the future. I don't quite understand everything myself, but I remember talking to me when I was standing in your shoes. So I know I had to do this. So basically, I have two options over here, and the first option is going to tell me, yeah, right, nice try, Flores, I don't believe you. And the second option is going to tell me, let's assume I believe you, me, you. And to continue, I'm just going to select the second one. Let's assume I believe you, me, you. I just as accepting and easy as I remember being. That's good. Always give people a chance to surprise you. You'll even meet Romulans who want to do the right thing. If you have any nagging doubts, you can always check the temporal investigation after you talk to Admiral Quinn and you receive your first command. When you receive the first command, which I should probably stop talking about now before I give too much away. Are you ready to hear what I have to say? I'll do this. What is it that you want me to know? Let's get down to business then. There is a war coming. An ancient race known as the Iconians once ruled huge areas of space, including this one. They had the power of the gods, technology far behind what everyone else had. It took all of the Iconians' enemy rising up against them as one to defeat them. We thought they were extinct. Now we know we were wrong, and they've returned to take back everything what was once theirs. That's where you come in. Why me? What makes me so special? Most of Starfleet's officers had no opportunity to gather intelligence on this race, either capabilities of their possible plans. But I did. Through your career, we will benefit from the knowledge I'll give you today. When the war with the Iconian comes, the galaxy will have a fighting chance, thanks to what you've learned. That is why I've come back, so I'll know what to do. Tell me what I need to know. I can't just drop everything at you at once. That could cause a paradox. You still need to locate all of this information yourself. I'll help guide you. Guide me? How? Take this. It's a Tesseract communication device. It allows me one-way communication from the future to you. There will be updates through that device as you progress through your career. Check it often. I think I've taken as much of your time as I can. Flores and Captain Taggart are waiting for you. Thank you. Thank me.
You are now a Delta recruit. You have a unique trait that gives bonus dilithium ore to you and your teammates.
Okay, so lots of dialogue going between one another. So let's read the first one. You are now a Delta recruit. You have a unique trait that gives bonus dilithium ore to you and your teammates. And the tutorial also gives while in combat, certain actions are disabled. Once you drop out of combat, more detailed about current combat will become available. So that's nice. So we are a Delta recruit. Click on that.
As you complete later missions.
Okay. So we are a Delta recruit right here. An enhanced reward has been enabled. Okay, so that's nice to know. And we also have a button over here that is visible. Show Delta recruit details. So if I click on that, we're going to have this option over here, or this window. So basically each level by increments of 10, I'm going to receive a bonus item that is going to help me basically jumpstart a certain that's going to help me basically give me a certain items that are going to help me reach my goals faster. So this is really nice. Most of our most of like the pro players or the veteran players that have been playing Star Trek Online for the last 5 years did not have this. So this is something that Cryptic has started with the Delta Recruit event that they started. So this is something really, really nice. It's going to help newly created characters to level up really, really fast. So that's, you know, something to think about. We're also going to have R&D, perform research and development required level 50. So we're going to have those kinds of rewards. Level 1, so reach level 1 in any R&D school is going to give us, let's say this pack grants you a random selection of 5 R&D specialist duty officers plus a rare Aegis R&D special duty officers. These officers are bound to your character, and when you reach level 5 in one R&D school is going to give us, let's see, activating this item will grant you a choice of setting any R&D school instantly to level 10. Wow, that's really nice. You may not choose a school in which you are already level 10. If all of your R&D levels are currently above 10, you will instead of be offered a large crafting XP bonus pool. Really, really nice. We also have play through the story episode options. So if we play all the Klingon War arc, story arc, we're also gonna get this one. This special pack is larger as it is rewarded for the Klingon War story arc, which is no longer than other story arcs, and this is basically for every story arc in the game. So this is really, really nice. Complete half of the Federation story arcs is going to give us a temporal insight starship trait. Really, really nice. So all of these are like rewards that we are going to get. So jumpstart fleet projects, really, really nice. Learn and collect. So locate technology in stranded in space. And it's going to activate this thing. It's going to give us 10 mark of choice packages. Really, really nice to know. And if we locate Iconian technology through the galaxy, if we collect 7 of them, they're going to give us this. That is Temporal Negotiator, an epic ship device. Wow, I want that. Learn as much about the Iconians as you can. So we need to search all 15 of them, and it's going to give us a paradox corrector, and that's going to be a epic ground device. Really, really nice. And as you guys can see, there is like increments in tier, and I think it's gonna go all the way to tier 5 maybe, because that's the highest tier in fleet. I'm not in the fleet, so I can't show you, but anyway,